till mark+josh podcast.
Mark, today I want to talk about Tinder. Do you know anything about Tinder?
All too much about Tinder, John.
You're a married man, so I imagine...
Thanks for blowing up my spot just now. Really appreciate it.
Hey, dude.
You piece of... God. I don't know. Tell me about Tinder. I have no idea. What's Tinder?
Tinder... I'll tell you what's interesting about Tinder, because I think everybody knows, except for married people like you, what Tinder is. But I think, I want to talk about sort of crafting the proper Tinder bio. Because I've noticed that I can, get the girls that I'm looking for if I craft a certain bio. If I make it really funny and weird and something that's, a little more intelligent, I get rid of all the dodo birds. Because otherwise you're getting people that's just hey, I want to fucking slob on your knob. I want to guzzle your nozzle. Maybe you come meet me at 7-Eleven and fuck me. It's okay.
Are you sure not a grinder, my friend? Because that was a pretty hearty accent. Hey!
And I need to find there's a certain girl that I'm looking for. I need her to be smart.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Because I'm not really one for just hooking up with random people. I mean, you remember what happened when we worked at Foxwoods together when you winged me with that one chick who was a backup singer for Kenny Rogers.
How'd that work out?
I just confess right now, I slept with a backup singer from Kenny Rogers. She's a cute girl. She's a young girl.
She was.
She's a young girl. She was an opera singer.
Yeah.
And after we hooked up, she started to sing opera in the hotel room, and it was so loud. I was like, no, you can't. You're going to blow up my spot. You're going to send security up here. I'm not supposed to be up here with you. And it was beautiful. I told her, you have to stop, but you have a beautiful voice.
But you didn't want her to stop. You wanted to hear more. What were your neighbors thinking?
I don't know.
They heard these sounds of moaning, and then all of a sudden, just an opera singer.
It was in the hotel, so I don't know what they were thinking. I didn't knock on the door and say, hey, how'd you feel about that opera that you just heard?
I would love you to do that.
Or the fucking that you heard 20 minutes prior to that.
Can you imagine, but between the adjoiner door, you're just knocking? Excuse me, sir, how was my thrust? Excuse me.
I hope the dude in the hotel room, won over, or gal, or whomever, heard the sex and then the opera afterward. Wow, this guy fucks so good. He just gave her a beautiful opera voice. Wow, holy shit. Maybe I should go over there and get fucked by that guy. Maybe I'll sing a little better. The pipes on, dude, she had pipes, man. That opera, I think you've been to an opera.
Yeah,
sure. I don't know what to assume about the opera anymore. Whether it's of course I've been to the opera. I don't know. Most people nowadays can't speak with complete sentences. I'm just going to assume that they don't go to the opera. But, dude, this girl's voice, it was so unbelievably loud. But the clarity and just, I don't know, man. It was opera is basically like the death metal. It's like the highbrow death metal scream. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a highbrow death metal scream. You can break glass with it. You could probably break glass with a heavy metal scream if it was powerful enough.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have that discordant sound. It's the beautiful spectrum of the death metal scream.
But still loud and abrasive.
But still loud and abrasive.
So back to Tinder.
I think I found a girl that I really like.
Nice.
She's 5'10". That's the I got to start with the superficial stuff. I have to start with the superficial stuff. She's 5'10". If I have a kid with her, I don't want to brag, but that kid is probably going to the NBA or at least the WNBA if I have a girl.
Well, then you could probably get her pro. How hard is it to get on the Mohegan Sun team?
Yeah.
Give me a break.
And I'll get her to dunk, too. So she won't be doing fast break layups. She'll be reverse dunk and stuff like that.
You'd be a pioneer because the WNBA is boring to watch.
Yes.
But anyways.
She's 5'10". She's a vet tech, so she nurses animals back to health.
That's awesome.
That is, that's so beautiful. I already love her.
That's a good heart.
Thank you. Thank you for existing.
She helps some little puppy.
And I told her, I'm even if we just are friends and nothing ever comes about, I'm glad I know of you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I know you. You seem like a really smart, funny, sincere person, and it's cool because you meet so many shitty people sometimes that you're like, man, are there good people out there? And am I even a good person? What's a good person? Are there good people? Do people care if you're a good person anymore? Are you supposed to be a shitty person? Is that how you get ahead now? Is that what you have to do? Like, so when you meet another person that you admire, you're like, okay. Okay, universe, I see how it is. You're making me write really good copy in my Tinder bio. They're out there.
You got to raise your game.
You got to be able to write well.
Yeah, you got to get that level up, buddy.
And so I think, her and I are going to see how things go, and she's really busy, and you and I are really busy, so it's perfect. It's a perfect match.
Yeah, but that's like one. What about all the non-perfect matches?
A lot of girls looking for the D. And I'm not going to lie, a few months ago, my grandmother was like, Josh, you need to get laid. You work too much. All you think about is doing work. And just get laid. Just, your penis is a nose and it needs to fucking sneeze really, really badly. Just sneeze on a girl's face with your cock. That's what my grandma said.
That's what your grandma said.
That's exactly what my grandma said.
Looks like Mrs. Doubtfire.
My grandma also said, put on a condom before you fuck her in the butt. And I said, what? She said, never mind.
In the butt.
Never mind. Okay. So you
talk about your bad ones, because that's a good one. Like you have to have some weird stories of people, not even like sexual experiences, just texting back or just the messages back and forth. People get weird.
People get really weird. I think the people are really quick now to want to go to Snapchat. They like immediately message you, these girls, and they're like, hey, what's your Snap? And I'm like, well,
I know where this is going.
I know where this is going. I think you're trying to send me some nudes. And I don't even know. Everything has changed so much as far as sexual behavior and the stigma behind it that I'm happy that it has changed, because even my mindset has changed, because we're all socially engineered. So when I was like 18, the notion of a girl trying to like push nudes on you, I'd be like, oh, you're a fucking slut. But I think that the behavior now of sending nude pics and like being overly sexual, I think is so commonplace now that you can't just be like, oh, you're a slut. I don't think it works like that, because these girls, some of them that are like trying to push this on me, I can tell, I don't think they're sluts. I think that this is like they've been indoctrinated. Like this is the new normalization of back in the 1920s, to get an ideal man, you'd have to like make a good cup of coffee. You'd have to give him Folgers Crystals.
It was a huge deal back then.
Shout out to Folgers Crystals. You'd have to clean the house. You'd have to be pretty. You'd have to do your hair. You'd have to hold up this certain ideal for your man. Like, please the man. And they know that this is like a way, obviously, it's the easiest way for them to get your attention. So I think that, like, it's not necessarily that. I mean, look, some of them are probably sluts, flat out. And their men are sluts, too. Sorry. Just some of them just want dick. But I think there's a large number of them that just want to get your attention. It's so hard to get someone's attention now.
For sure.
There's so, like the news cycle, the social media, here's my tits. Hey, pay attention to me. Like, hey, you want to go out? Like, there's a lot of that. Like, here's my bush. Here's my asshole splayed.
Do you get a lot of bush these days?
Unfortunately not. But I just think that they're doing it because this is just how you get a guy's attention. They're looking for an appropriate mate, just like anyone else. Just so happens that this...
If I can wrap my head around what you're saying, in the 1820s, when a lady would drop her handkerchief for the gentleman to pick up and be a dandy man, is the same as sending just a spread Snapchat puss pic? Same idea, right?
Yes.
It's just the modern age?
It's the modern age.
Well, I think modern age is great.
It's the modern age. Hey, how you doing? Here are my tits. Here's my butthole. What do you like to do on the weekends? Oh.
I like the craft.
It's interesting to see like these girls they want to send you. It's like everything's in reverse now. I think back in like your dad's age is like, I'll take you to the dance and we'll hold hands for several months and then I'll give you a peck on the cheek there.
You want to go to the weenie roast?
I'll take you to the drive-in theater. And then I can try to finger blast you after 7 months of dating. And now it's like, hey, here's my tits, here's my vag, and here's my asshole. Hey, what do you do for a living? It's like, all right, now we're starting backwards from naked. It's like, here I am naked. Hey, who are you as a person?
Is that so bad though?
We're going from the outside inside.
Is that how you're
Or
supposed
is it the inside outside if they're giving you their bush? I don't,
outside?
I don't know how this really works out, but the point is it's ass backwards from, let's say, like a century ago. And I don't know whether that's good. I don't know whether that's bad. I think it's good and bad. I don't want to get into a whole moral, ethical fucking analysis of whether it's good that people are sending nudes as frequently as they do. However, it is interesting. It's interesting behavior. That's all I'm trying to say. So what did you started internet dating before I did, because you were on like the AOL. So like, what was the procedure, the protocol of internet dating before Tinder?
Before Tinder.
When it was in America online.
God, this was what, 2000? 99 maybe? I don't even remember. But it was MSN Messenger.
Okay, yep.
Chat rooms.
I'm familiar.
And a lot of adult friend finder.
So how did the profiles work? How did the interface work? Right,
So
because Tinder's a very simple. The simplicity of Tinder makes it such an effective app. You're literally just swiping on people's pictures,
right,
and you're reading their bios. I mean, it couldn't be more of a lazy man's delight. It's just like, oh yeah, I want to fuck that one. Yep, the next one, come here. Yep, let me see a picture. Oh yeah, I want to fuck that one. Nope, that's a fat girl. I don't want to fuck her. It's just the laziest. Tinder is it's kind of gross in that it is just like just fat belly. It's like the app that you created so Jabba the Hutt could find a partner. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to move. I just want my servant to stick pieces of pizza in my mouth, and I just want to go, yup, I'd fuck that.
Hey.
I'd fuck her, all right? So there's that. That's how Tinder works. But how did it work for the AOL? Like, how did you...
It could have been better because it weeded out the people who were lazy. You had to work for that stuff. You had to work to verify that was a real person you were talking to, because back in the day, there wasn't, like Facebook, you couldn't look everybody up.
So did you have to get lucky and chat with so you would just see their screen name?
Yeah, like we'd be like in a chat room. Like, this one was about like punk rock or something, and everybody's like, going back and forth, and somebody would be like saying something funny. Her name's like Skater Girl, so you're like, oh, maybe it's a girl. 10 times out of 11, it's not a girl, but every now and again you get a real one. And I rolled the dice, and in the chat room days, sometimes you get lucky and you meet somebody who is actually close and you can meet. Or on Adult Friend Finder, you meet a real person instead of a serial killer.
Did you really use Adult Friend Finder?
Dude, I really did. I met a chick. This is so funny. Met a chick at the south side of Chicago. Her roommate wanted to be there with us. He's this cool gay guy, but he was like really protective. And I went there, and she wasn't expecting me to be real, and I wasn't expecting her to be real, but it was. She was nice. They decided to watch Requiem for a Dream, and
that's a weird choice for
I
a first
left
encounter.
Right after, because that was just too weird.
You're not going to have
sex. Very
nice.
nice.
If somebody puts on Requiem for a Dream, you're not getting laid after that.
Not at all.
You might as well just pack up your bags. If you were planning on getting laid, we're watching Requiem for a Dream. Okay, call me later.
Yeah, I want to go home and take a shower and call my mom after that movie. I don't want to do anything else.
I need some Kleenexes after I cry.
Oh, so that was a good time. But dude, it was so sketchy back in the day because people would lie and people are messing with you, and you never know who's gonna do what. Like, you never know that. Just, hey, I'm a guy and I'm gonna send you my dick, and that sucks.
It sounds worse than the Tinder. Maybe Tinder's not so bad.
Yeah, maybe you should appreciate what you have.
I think that the abundance though is like the sheer quantity of people that you can swipe on is like fucking with people's brains. It's making you not recognize something good when you have it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like you meet somebody on there that you really like, but then there's like, dude, there's so many girls. There's so many girls on there. So many girls that are gonna message you. But I will say this: I think people in their 20s are gonna have a hard time navigating. I feel bad for them because they're gonna get herpes, AIDS. They're gonna have every STD. There's gonna be an amalgamation of STDs that's just gonna negate each individual STD. So someone's gonna rack up like 100 STDs and create some weird amalgamated cure for AIDS. Like, they develop AIDS, but then they get like 100 more STDs, and together
They
Those
they make
STDs,
like super AIDS
they
and
make,
now
like-
something else. So they've cured AIDS, but now there's another.
No, there's no other thing.
Oh.
They cure cancer. They cure all these things through their massive amounts of STDs. I think that's possible.
I think you just hit a scientific breakthrough, John. We need to
I
do
hope
further research.
more condoms are being sold. I
I
think
would hope
Tinder's
so.
a conspiracy for our sponsor, Trojan Condom. I have no ad prepared for Trojan Condom because you you put it on your dick. What else do you need to know? How hard is it to sell one of these things? You get hard and a girl wants to have sex with you, or a guy, or a transvestite, or a doll, or whatever, however a cat, an animal, if you're into bestiality, a couch, if it's a dirty couch and you're sketched out about it. Maybe it's some old Sturbridge Village era couch, and you're like, I'm not going to put my dick in that without a condom. I don't know. The point is that condoms are here to stay. Trojan condoms are the best because they said, hey, tell people they're the best of the best.
I think we should do a PSA really quick for Trojan condoms. We need to teach people a little bit of banter back and forth during that awkward time of trying to put the condom on, get it out of the wrapper. That like 10 seconds of like, okay, we're naked,
make
my
my
dick's
partner
hard.
put the condom on me.
Oh, you don't do it yourself?
I don't like it. I hate it because condoms are. I'm not going to get into the whole thing, but safe sex is very important, and do not fuck around with your pee-pee. Anybody who's on Tinder, don't mess around with your penis.
Not at all.
Protect it. If you're going to go further with your mate, you guys need to have a real conversation about all that.
But raw dogging is the best.
But condoms, Dave Attell has a great bit on condoms. I don't need to go any further on it, but just look up Dave Attell's bit on condoms, and you'll.
Was that the shower joke?
No,
Oh.
no, he's got a pretty good bit. Okay. So the STDs, I just think so. But back to being in your 20s, I think it's hard to navigate because I'm in my 30s now and I know what I want. Like after recently meeting this girl, this 5'10" vet tech, dude, I'm crazy about her already, and it's so like that is the pedigree of girl that I'm looking to spend the rest of my life with. But I know that now at 33, 32, and I didn't know. I'm about to be 33. Sorry, that's why there's that weird 33. I'm not actually two different ages simultaneously. I'm not some quantum man.
You could,
but
be.
I certainly could be.
could
In
be.
another universe, I'm already 33. Who knows? In another universe, I'm probably 69 years old, brother.
that joke,
In one universe, I'm like, they're like, how old are you, Josh? It's funny you asked that because I'm 69, and I'll be 69 in your mom later. And in that universe, I just tell really bad jokes like that. No one likes me.
Well, then there's a universe where everybody.
I
does
work
like
at the
you for doing
DMV
that.
and I tell 69 jokes and like your mama jokes. The guy at the DMV, if you work at the DMV, you might as well, when somebody walks up, you might as well just be like, yo, mama's so fat. She sat on a corner and made 25 pennies. Like, you might as well say shit like that because you'd expect it at the DMV. You'd be like, everything sucks about this experience.
get roasted.
You're not going to yell and ask for a manager at the DMV because somebody just said a yo mama joke. It's like, I waited in line 5 hours. I guess this is what I get at the DMV. People that disrespect my mother.
And the manager would roast you even harder. He
Yeah.
calls the manager over and he's like, "Hey, your mother's a fucking whore."
Can I speak to your manager? It's like, Rick, come over here. What do you want to talk about? Did you tell her that she's got a fat fucking mother? All right, we got nothing to talk about.
He's got a clipboard of things to say. It's like, you got a tiny dick, kid. You talk about that? All right. Your teeth, you look like butter, you fucking idiot. Oh.
Gozzle my nozzle, all right? The Gozzler, no more Gozzle on these nuts.
Gozzle.
Anyway, that's enough of the DMV. So that's not us, by the way.
That's the DMV
That's the
workers.
DMV manager.
We didn't make that clear.
You can villainize people at the DMV as much as you want, character-wise, and no one's going to be mad. If you work at the DMV, you should just be so rude to everybody because seriously, when can you get away with it? That's what I expect from anyone that
Yeah.
works at the DMV. Here's your license plates, you ugly piece of shit. Now get the fuck out of here. And you're like, okay. I guess.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for making me wait in line 6 hours. I appreciate it. I'll see you later.
God.
But knowing what you want is important. If you're in your 20s, I mean, dude, when I was in my 20s, I went through a bodybuilding phase. A lot of people don't know this. When people
You got
interview
so
you about
big.
like your trajectory, this is what I don't like about people that become successful. Is they interview you about your trajectory, like your childhood, and they try to look for patterns and find little things that pinpoint how you are what you are.
Like
you're a
can track
screenwriter.
you.
Like, oh, you become a great screenwriter. Does it have anything to do with your days growing up putting out lobster pots in the Long Island Sound with your grandfather? It's like, no, it has nothing to do with that. I don't know why I'm doing what I'm doing now, but I can't trace it back in my childhood. It's like, do you find that you understand drama because your father left you when you were 3 months old? It's like, no. That was a shitty experience, but I don't know if it has anything to do with.
But you know what does have to do with
art.
it? You having 23-inch fucking pythons, John. You got thick, dude.
It does.
Don't undersell that. You were beefy.
So from 2005 to 2007, I dedicated myself to. I don't know why. I dedicated myself to
Dude, it was awesome to see. We both got into it with the magazines.
I put on about
interesting.
55 pounds muscle. My peak was I got to 232 pounds with abs.
John, you were
Which is, for me, my body is, I'm a bigger guy, but my body's not made to be 232. That's like an outside line. I have like an outside lineman body.
Yeah.
And,
how many sets of clothes did you have to buy? As you got bigger, did you have to keep buying like new shirts?
My ass got huge because I was squatting all the time. I had 8 butt cheeks. Like those big, thick, bubbly ape butt. That's what I was rocking. But I would read bodybuilding magazines constantly.
Dude, it was fun.
And I just didn't know myself as a person. Like when I found comedy and theater is when I immediately I don't need to do this anymore. It's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that you're young. You don't know where to put your energy. And I fear that with Tinder, dude, how many guys do you think are just like not accomplishing anything because it's just so easy to chase tail? Back in your father's era, you had to have a good job or at least work or at least be something in the eyes of a woman to impress her enough. You have to court them and talk to their mom and be like, yeah, I'm going to take care of her and all that shit. And now it's just, hey, you want to come over and fucking gazo my nago?
Hey. I don't know. I think people are going to do what they do, but if you're going to dump all your time into Tinder, you can just as easily dump all your time into Fortnite or dump all your time into social media. I mean, people are just going to dump their time into whatever.
Yeah.
But I think, like, out of all those, the Tinder thing is the worst because you have really skewed social interactions. Like, you get people at their worst, maybe at their best, but a lot of times you get people who are real manipulative and they just want the D.
Yeah, and another thing I've found on Tinder is a lot of the people that I've met on Tinder, they're like fresh out of relationships.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
and
sure.
some of them very toxic. So there's a whole weird thing going on in their head. They're looking for the worst in you because they're assuming the worst in you. You're assuming the worst in them. I think there was one girl that I was talking to, and she said it best. She said, Tinder eventually will sadden you because you will start to realize that it's very difficult to find a genuine connection with somebody.
Yeah.
And you can swipe right till the cows come home, if that's still a saying. I'm using the cows come home. Sure. I feel like the cows come home is so not a Tinder age reference. Well, I don't even know. Look, forget the cows come home.
All of our farmer listeners are going to love it.
You could swipe right 69,000 times, and you might not find somebody that you have a real connection with.
Well, that's the crux.
That's what makes
crux.
you sad. That's what can sadden you is you're like, wow, like you can have sex with a lot of people, but if you're looking for more than that, if you're looking for a best friend who happens to have a hole where your penis goes, which is to me the ideal mate. Your ideal mate should be your best friend. Yeah. You should be able to have sex with your mate all the time, but then you should be able to hang out and we just have so much fun together. And we help each other.
And then
we're positive with each other, and then we have sex again.
Yep.
And then we travel and we say nice things to each other, and then we have sex again. And then we do charitable things. We do humanitarian stuff together, and we just we're like a positive force, and then we have sex again. And we just repeat that over and over.
Well, it makes me feel old to say, but like meeting people at like, I don't want to say church because that's like an old thing my dad would say, but like if you like to rock climb or skateboard or whatever your hobbies are, go and do them with other people in public, and you will meet people there who share your same interests. That's a huge thing. Also, like I find, like going rock climbing, right? The kind of person you're going to find in a woman, she's going to be pretty well fit because it's hard to do, right? Somebody who can focus, they're pretty relaxed because they've dealt with a lot of stress. So you meet like a type of person there that if you like that same thing, it's like it just makes sense. And that's why going to the bar sucks, because everybody goes to the bar and it's like real life
What do you
Tinder.
have in common? Oh, you like to drink poison? I like to drink
Hey,
poison.
let's drink some let's drink some alcohol. But
So I think your message is that you should be going out. And I think what's
it
cool
would
about
help.
what's cool about this girl is, I on my Tinder bio, I put up a picture of me on the horse that I rode in Michigan when I was on the set of a film.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of girl that I wanted. I want a girl who cares about animals because I know that they're empathetic.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's a certain
Perfect.
girl. They ride. They're focused. They're into nature. They're into activities. They're into physical activities. Already, we're off to a good start. That's the kind of girl I'm looking for. And this vet tech, this 5'10" vet tech. And I'm also curious to really start to get to know her and know her flaws. Because at 33, approaching 33. I look forward to understanding the flaws of my partner. I know that sounds weird.
No, that's what
to
you're
really
supposed
love
do.
somebody,
No,
you have to love
absolutely.
their flaws too. Like, what's
100%.
wrong with you?
100%.
And what's wrong with you isn't wrong with you. Like, I'll grow to love that,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll grow to embrace it. And I want you to grow to embrace my faults. And if my faults you don't like, then I'm willing to change myself. It's like it's a cool thing. It's a really cool thing, and I hope that works out between us. It's super early to say. The timer's out.
Damn.
So that means
That went quick.
we got a couple minutes. So I think if I want to send out a message from this, like a overall message from this episode, it's that if you're looking for a partner, there are more ways to find one than just Tinder.
Yeah.
You can go to a dog park if you have a dog. Even if you don't have a dog, it's kind of weird, but I don't know.
We do it.
Maybe you're scouting.
We go for walks.
So go on hikes, go rock climb, if you're religious, go to start going back to church.
Just get out there, man.
Face-to-face interaction is super underrated in this society. And
Seriously.
it's really awesome to meet somebody in that traditional setting, because there's no, what do they look like? Are there pictures from 1997? All that stupid shit. They're right there. It's you and them inside the Matrix. You guys are in the simulation together, and you have to confront each other. And
eventually have sex.
Then eventually have sex.
It's a beautiful
So
thing.
let's give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Trojan Condom.
Trojan condoms.
Trojan Condoms.
Just put it on your dick.
Just put it on your dick, and I don't know if you need to practice. They're Chiquita bananas. If you have huge balls and for some reason you want to put it over your cock and your balls, get a banana and 2 Tropicana oranges. And put the condom over the banana and your tube. You just gave me a face like, John, I've never thought about putting a condom over my ball. There's got to be someone who's like, no, I have to put the condom over my dick and my balls.
Well, John, let's not pretend. This is the new product announcement for the new Trojan condom dick and ball set, where it's the long shaft, but then there's the sack at the end to put your balls into. It's the new
Trojan dick and balls
condom. Protect everything down there.
Protect it all. Trojan. All right.
We love you.
We love you. Leave a comment on our podcast. We need 69 comments on iTunes. Subscribe to us on YouTube if you haven't. I know you have busy lives, but we're small men, and we need you to pound and smash and like and
ring them bells.
But
leave a comment if you got.
Leave a
something to
comment
say.
if you got 69 seconds. All right, brother, sister,
We love you.
mother, cousin, we love you. Bye.
Mark+josh podcast.